Hello everyone, welcome to Infinity IAS. Today we will look into an important topic, vaccines, which is particularly important during this COVID-19 pandemic. So, vaccine. What is a vaccine? A vaccine is a biological preparation that develops acquired immunity to a particular infectious disease. So, what is a biological preparation? So, it is a living or dead biological organism that is present in the vaccine. It develops acquired immunity to a particular infectious disease. So, what is acquired immunity? So, immunity is human body's ability to fight against any disease causing organism. So there are two types of immunity in human body, that is congenital and acquired. So congenital immunity means the immunity that is there in that human body since the birth. That is congenital immunity. Acquired immunity is the immunity that the human body gains after the birth during his or her lifetime. So, vaccine helps in developing acquired immunity in the human body. So, what is the mechanism of action of vaccines? We will look into the mechanism of action of development of immunity in any animal or human. So, initially, when the organism is exposed to an incoming pathogen. Pathogen is anything that can be able to cause disease in the organism. This organism will get the pathogen from the outside, which can be a bacteria or a virus or any other pathogen, and then the body, in the first visit, the body will not have the ability to fight the pathogen. That is when human beings get fever or other diseases, a severe infection, that is called a severe infection. And then the body slowly realizes how to fight the pathogen and then finally beats the pathogen. But the human body or the animal body retains a memory of how it fought the pathogen the first time it came. So, this memory is stored in the immune system of the animal or human being. So, when second time, when the same pathogen attacks the animal, the memory is activated and the animal knows how to fight this pathogen the second time. So, in this way, the immune system of any animal or human being works. So, what do vaccines do? Vaccines provide the opportunity for the body's immune system to encounter the disease causing pathogen. So, here we have seen in the first time the infection was severe, so the animal has to suffer the disease for the first time. But in case of vaccines, the infection will be milder but still the immune system will get the memory on how to attack this pathogen. So, the immune system retains the memory of the pathogen which was provided by the vaccine, and then when there is a future infection, it will already have protection. So, what exactly do we give in vaccines that will help activate our immune system? There are types of vaccines in which we give different types of parts of the pathogen to elicit that immune response from the body. So, there are live attenuated vaccines. What is live attenuated vaccine? In this vaccine, the pathogen or the organism we give which is alive but still very weakened, so that the infection will be mild but still the immune system will develop the memory on how to fight that pathogen. This, for example, live attenuated vaccines, we have MMR vaccine. MMR vaccine, which is being given in the National Immunization Program. So in this, the organism is live but is very weakened so that the infection is mild. But here we have a risk that the human being can actually suffer a serious infection because the organism is live. So then there is other type of vaccine, inactivated vaccines. In this, the organism is killed, but still the body will be able to identify certain proteins on the killed body of the pathogen, virus or the bacteria, so that it will be able to develop resistance or immunity to this organism. So now then comes the toxoid vaccines. What is a toxoid vaccine? In this, we give the toxin or the poisonous material that the pathogen actually produces during an infection without actually giving the organism itself. So in this, the poison or the toxin that is produced by the pathogen in the body is given to human beings. This helps in creating immunity in the human body so that the next time the pathogen actually enters the body, the immunity will be able to fight it. This we can see in tetanus vaccines, which we normally take as TT vaccines, that is tetanus toxoid vaccines. So this is our TT injection. Then comes subunit vaccines. In this, as the name suggests, there is a small part of the actual pathogen given to the human body to create immunity. This is the most important part of the pathogen or the virus that will be given. This will be given as subunit so that the human body will be able to develop immunity. Then comes conjugate vaccines. This is also similar to subunit vaccines, but here a part of the pathogen is taken out, but this is not good enough or strong enough to develop immunity in human body. So we will conjugate or add another bigger protein or another particle to elicit that immune response. So this is a conjugate vaccine. A small part, not so immunogenic, is taken from the actual pathogen, which will be combined with another molecule commonly called as hapten to elicit that immune response. We'll get to Covid-19 vaccines. Now that we have seen different types of vaccines, we will try to understand where our Covid-19 vaccines fit into this. So we will look into Covid-19 vaccines. The first category is whole virus vaccine. Whole virus vaccine, which is similar to our live attenuated or inactivated vaccines. These are the two types of vaccines in which the whole organism is given to the human body. So here whole virus vaccine, we have our Covaxin. So what is the kind of vaccine? Covaxin is a whole virus vaccine which is inactivated vaccine. That means in Covaxin we have the COVID-19 virus, the whole virus, but still it is killed or inactivated so that it will not cause any disease, but it will help the immune system to develop resistance against COVID. So next comes the viral vector vaccine. In this, the COVID-19 or the virus that actually causes the disease is sent through a vector. The vector is a vehicle-like thing that will help transfer this COVID-19 into the human body. Here we have Covishield and Sputnik vaccine. So Covishield is also a virus. The whole virus is there and it is alive and it is sent via a viral vector. So there is a risk with these kind of vaccines. That is, there can be infections caused by these vaccines. Though the risk is low, these kind of vaccines will have a risk. So next comes the mRNA vaccine. So what is mRNA vaccine? So when we see, virus will have certain genetic material. So this genetic material is RNA. This RNA is used to produce the viral proteins and increase the viral load, causing the disease. So when the virus enters the human body, this RNA gets incorporated into the human genome, and then here it produces viral proteins. So when we give mRNA vaccine, we give this viral RNA, and this RNA will get inserted into the human genome, and it will produce certain viral proteins that will cause our immune system to react to those viral proteins and develop the immunity. But this will not produce the entire virus, but only produce a few viral proteins that are just enough to produce the immunity, and there won't be any infection caused by mRNA vaccines. So one disadvantage with these mRNA vaccines is that mRNA is essentially genetic material. Genetic material, it is very difficult for genetic material to exist outside the cell. So these kind of vaccines will require certain specific conditions to store them. For example, they can be stored at only -70 degrees centigrade, which is very difficult to store and transfer these vaccines. That is one of the disadvantages with mRNA vaccines. Next comes protein subunit vaccine. In this kind of vaccine, a small part of the viral protein is given to the human body so that it develops immunity against that virus. Example is Novavax. Protein subunit vaccines are new kind of vaccines and are recently being developed. This is still in a nascent stage. Thank you.